Hello, friends. This is Dr. Mark Trozzi sending this message out on September the 5th, 2024. Someone who has done the most, he's among one of the greatest champions of the COVID era, standing up for all of us, is Dr. Reiner Fuellmich. And Dr. Reiner Fuellmich is currently in need of our help. For those of you who are not familiar with Dr. Reiner Fuellmich, he was one of the first sane voices that I encountered on the international stage in 2020. He is a extremely successful class action lawyer who has stood up for the small guys against the big guys on multiple occasions. He was successful in class action lawsuit against Volkswagen over their emission scandal. He was also successful against Deutsche Bank, which is hard to believe anyone could take on such a great organization, and others. So this is somebody that evil people should be afraid of, and they sure are. He has been gathering evidence extensively since 2020 of the COVID crimes committed against humanity. A lot of you are very familiar with him. Last year, there were trumped up charges created against him to undermine him. And 11 months ago, he was literally kidnapped by abusive authority. He was kidnapped in Mexico at an airport. He was shipped to Germany. He has been held unlawfully in prison for 11 months now under the most disgusting of conditions. The charges now, I think there were 18 charges or 19. All of them have been dropped except one or two. The ones that remain, the evidence is quite clear that he's not guilty at all. The people that are orchestrating this are people in the government and in the judicial system who are guilty of malfeasance, a major crime in public office. They are guilty of crimes against humanity in Germany and elsewhere. As we all know, many millions of people have died as a result of the COVID operation, and particularly the injections. And someone like Reiner Fuellmich, who has done an extensive job of gathering all the evidence and leading the way for these people to pay for the crimes they have committed. Believe me, folks, the money that has been geysered out of humanity through our taxes, etc., through the syndicate that has operated the COVID crimes against humanity is massive. And that money needs to go out of the hands of the criminals and into the hands of the victims, which is almost everybody on earth, but especially those who've been in the most injured or lost their children or other loved ones to death, resulting, for instance, the injections. Reiner's been held now for 11 months. They have the audacity to say that they are going to hold his criminal trial without talking. There's only going to be a paper trail, a paper trial. That is a farce. That is completely illegitimate. His defense team has not been able to present any evidence in 11 months of him being held like this. And that goes over the maximum limit anyone could be held without a trial in Germany, which I believe is 6 months. To add insult to injury, recently, Reiner's mother was very sick and ultimately on her deathbed. Reiner wished to visit his mother, and he asked to visit his mother while in this unlawful political imprisonment. Partly due to him not being able to subject himself to dangerous genetic injection experiments, etc., they eventually said, yes, you could see your mother, but you will be brought there in shackles with armed guards. There's no reason for Dr. Reiner Fuellmich to be treated like Hannibal the cannibal. And Reiner did not go because, of course, here his ill elderly mother. Imagine the shock of having your son led in shackles by men carrying machine guns. It's absolute sickness. Reiner's mother is dead. She did not get to see her beautiful son, this wonderful hero of humanity, and passed away. And he is left in prison still to this day. I want you, if you have time, I'm going to put a link below. My friend Dr. Robert Malone has written an exceptional, concise article explaining the facts of Reiner Fuellmich and this case. As well, there's a Give, Send, Go that's been set up by his allies in Germany to aid. I'm going to put both those links below. Reiner Fuellmich has sacrificed everything in defense of us, and he needs our help right now. And the other thing I would like to say is we all need to focus on the reality that these crimes that are being committed by people in high offices, these are the criminals, not Reiner Fuellmich, not Dr. Hoff. These are the criminals. And we need to see them brought to justice and end this completely lawlessness and this assault against mankind using our governments and our institutions. God bless you all. God bless Reiner Fuellmich. Please have a look, see if you can help at the Give, Send, Go. Please spread the word. Please pray for Reiner. And again, Dr. Robert Malone's article below is excellent, concise understanding of him. As well, I think I'm going to look for and share the video that I first encountered in 2020 by Dr. Reiner Fuellmich, who was mapping out in great logic and detail what he saw was going to be the largest class action lawsuit in the history of the world. And the people that have him imprisoned are the criminals, the killers, sitting on the money that they made through these crimes against humanity. And of course, he's a threat to them, but we need to be a threat to them too. These are our enemies, and Reiner Fuellmich is a hero. God bless you. God bless Reiner Fuellmich.